So today we're just doing a little day sail. We're just going into town. So this sail's about only about 3 miles each way. So we're gonna sail 3 miles to Treasure Island Marina, and the plan is to actually take the car and go get some stuff. What are you doing, bud? So the plan was to take the boat into Treasure Island Marina, which is where we launched the boat. So we had our van back at Treasure Island Marina. So it's quite a nice marina. The boat launch was pretty shallow for us, so that was a bit of work. But aside from that, the marina was very nice, and the staff were really accommodating. They let us tie up on their gas dock, kind of out of the way. So we disconnected the trailer from the van, and we went into the city of Kingston, where we did some, kind of tourist stuff. We did some shopping. We got some supplies, groceries, and that sort of thing. We went and we looked at some stuff. The little guy's really into army stuff, so we went and we looked at the tanks and some general military equipment around RMC and CFB Kingston. Just did some driving around. So we're gonna sail into dock. I think we're going into a little marina, Treasure Island Marina, kind of a nice little spot. So yeah, we're just gonna sail into dock. There isn't much wind, which is nice. It's a nice feature for sailing into dock. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop most of the sail and just use the peak to sail into the dock. I think that'll work pretty well. I hope it will anyway. We'll see. So I decided not to reduce sail to nothing. The original plan was to drop all the sail and just sail in on the peak halyard, but as often happens, once we got into the marina, there really wasn't much wind at all. The wind was really light, so we kept all our sail up, and that gave us kind of good maneuverability at a safe speed. So we sailed on full sail. So we're going to go back to our island, and we're going to sail it off the dock. So before I sail it off the dock, I am going to spin it around here at dock. So this is us spinning the boat around kind of 180 degrees so that we can kind of sail off with the wind on our quarter. It's fairly straightforward to spin around a little boat like this, or warp it, as it's sometimes called. What I did was I left the bow line a little bit long, and I took a long stern line attached to the stern cleat, and before spinning it, I led that around the front of the mast, and then I still had a little short stern line to hold the boat in place. So I released the short stern line, gave the boat a bit of a kick to get it out into the marina. The stern swung out, and then once the stern was out, I was able to walk forward and use the long stern line to spin it around. And then once it was around, say, 170 degrees or whatever, I was able to kind of walk it along the dock like that until I was able to get into a position where I was confident once we sailed her off, I wasn't going to, come in close to any other boats. Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That worked pretty well. We went a little bit faster than I would have liked. I maybe should have had a little bit less sail up because these bay hens they're pretty quick boats, and we accelerated quickly towards the two big power boats at the end. No problem. I just put the rudder over and we turned downwind. But I think in a perfect world, I would have had a little bit less sail up. And then we had this little issue with the boom. The boat doesn't have a boom vang or a kicker, so the boom can kind of get up pretty high when we're running downwind. So when you saw the boom fall there, that's what was going on. A kicker would have prevented that. Then the only thing left to do was to sail the boat out of the marina. The wind was coming from pretty well right behind us, so we were running. Um, I guess the only downside to running out of a marina is you don't have a lot of options to slow down. But there's no traffic, and even if there was traffic coming in, then all we had to do would have been to go over onto the our side of the channel, the starboard side of the channel, and then regular collision regulations apply. You stick to your side of the channel. As you can see, we're jibing a little bit here because the wind's right behind us. Also, the wind is a little bit fluky inside marinas. Once we got out onto the lake, it picked up quite a bit. So basically, that's the little video we shot of sailing to Pirate Cove Marina. We stopped and got supplies. I didn't and did some tourist stuff. I didn't shoot that, and then we sailed the boat out of dock. We didn't use our motor all day, so yeah, it was a nice little trip. That's all. Thank you for watching the Travel by Water channel.